Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I am bringing you a 2 versus 2 that I recently played with my friend IndyPride here on Alwa Ridge Pass. We are against Udar Shen and 7 Spears, Avitus, Fastus, whatever, Lucanus. And Udar Shen, I believe, was a 10-star. The 7 Spears guy was a gold general, gold star, so he was like 4 or 5 in that, but he's prestiged twice, I believe that is. So everyone here was pretty high level. Indy is a 10-star, and I am a 9-star silver, I want to say. I never really actually finished leveling up the second time, so I'm definitely not prestiging again if I play this enough to make it there. But as you can see, it's snowing, and my army here. 1 Daikyo Samurai, 1 Bow Warrior Monk, I believe 5 Naginata attendants, and then looks like 2 Nodachis, 2 Naginata Warrior Monks, and 1 Katana Samurai, and then obviously my cavalry, 1 Katana Cavalry, and I would like to say 2 Yari Cavalry, but I don't know where they are. There they are. Yep, that is them. One thing I want to point out quickly. Notice this, Wako Raider, very veteran unit there, taking this sword dojo. My Katana Cavalry are going to charge them. And I'm going to put this in slow motion for a second. My opponent has 2 Matchlock Ashigaru up front. Some really nice cavalry. This is a very excellent Yari Cavalry unit. Naginata Warrior Monk Cav here. And an incredible Naginata Warrior Monk Cavalry right there. So that's a great unit there. My guy had some pretty nice veterans. Looks like behind that he's got some Naginata attendants. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them at least. Naginata Warrior Monks of his own. And then he's got some pretty high level Nodachi. Look at their charge. That's crazy. 44. This is a Naginata Samurai. Huge attack for them. And Katana Samurai, more here. So he brought quite a few veteran units himself, so did I, so it's interesting. And over here, Indy's opponent has a ton of spears, Naginata Samurai build. And let's see, yeah, that's pretty much that. Some monks in there, some matchlocks, all of that good stuff. And then Indy's army. That's that, and looks like this guy also has some Wako Raiders capturing the dojo down there. But my side of the battle is going to take place very quickly, and first I'm going to line up here and immediately start to shower these matchlock units with my bows. And they're going to run forward into range, and pretty much they're going to get off a shot or two. I'm moving my Naginata attendants up front just to, you know, stop any fire, or at least soak some of it up, take some of the damage so it's not quite as bad. And one thing that's going on down here, charge with my Katana Cavalry, gonna knock out, I believe over 20 was the, yeah, down 40 men dead already in this Wako Raider, so they are getting wrecked by this Katana Cavalry unit. And he is going to send down all of his cav units when only one could have destroyed my Katana Cav. But he's going to send them all down here to deal with that. And then one, it looks like, up the center. And here I'm stopping his charges with the Naginata attendants, the bonsais and everything. And then I'm going to return charge with my Nodachis, their bonsais on. And over here, taking a risk, I could go for his cav, or I can do what I'm doing now. My cavalry got caught slightly, that's why they're jumbled up. But you can see this one has an attack order, the other one doesn't. I'm trying to get them out of the way, going for hammer and anvils. And at this point, this guy is smashing cavalry through my center. My bows are going to get hit. Not a lot I can do about that there. I'm going to pull them out in a second. Charge in my Naginata Warrior Monk Cavalry. Forgot I had that one. Right there, going to pop a war cry with them. And they're going to plug in the gap in the center. Nico is still holding strong here in his hold firm. So you can see stuff is everywhere. He has guys over here. I mean, it's literally just a mixed up battle. Everyone's running everywhere, but you can see my hammer and anvils are what won that. And now his cavalry, when it came back, has to deal with my cavalry and spears and such. And even my katana cav survived a little bit. Where are they? There they are. Yep, 20 men left. He saw what was going on, had to come back, so they're going to take out this general. Meanwhile, Indy is beginning his engagement. He's winning against these Naginata attendants, which is really no surprise. Naginata attendants are not a very good unit at all when it comes to actual melee, especially against these kind of units, Nodachis and such. And now he's going to charge in against all these Naginatas. His cav seems to have taken out these Waka Raiders, trying to trick him, called Katana Hero. I used to do that. Although, my friend, if you're going to do that and you see this, you might want to name like a bow hero, Katana Hero, because obviously a Katana Hero doesn't have that many units. So many people used to get mad at me when I did that, because they think they were fighting a bow hero, then it would charge in and wreck them in melee. They weren't ready for that. So that was pretty funny, but at this point you can see I've defeated my guys except for these two Katana Samurai, which he is running away into these woods. And I'm actually going to ignore them because Indy needs more help than this requires, really. And that was terribly worded. Words are failing me at the moment. No, but Indy needed the help of my army, so I'm kind of like split up. Soon I'm going to send these units back up to the ridge, though, and you can see my cavalry here. That's Indy's. That one's Indy's. Mine was over here. Yeah, here's my cav taking out this guy's general, or attempting to. He has a melee general, and my cavalry is having some trouble taking it down, but I'm going to succeed in that. And it's at this point that Indy's line just kind of falls away. Here comes some of my units. We're going to mop up this Naginata Samurai, Yariashikaru, and such. And Indy only has these two matchlocks left. And Naginata Attendant, which is going to go down, allowing these guys to get away. So really what he needs is time to stall so these guys can shoot and rout these remaining units. And you can see here my cavalry is doing various strikes and stuff. Killed the general. I still have the bows, which is a big part. Allows me to fire in and shred units before they get near to me. And at this point you can see I have some units up here on the ridge, ready to fight these guys, which are gonna run away again when they see this. So I'm gonna bring everyone down to try to stall some for this army. And it looks like, yeah, Indy's general here has quite a bit of melee stats. He's got stand and fight, but the rest of it obviously has gone into melee. And you can see his matchlocks are just firing and retreating. He's trying to stop them with these Naginata attendants, and I'm just trying to cut these guys down with my bows before they get to my line. That was a Naginata attendant holding them off there, so you can see small little engagement there, and then the wreckage of what was the battle on my hillside. And here I'm just leaving a Naginata attendant to face these two units. So basically I'm bringing my army, and I have to defeat this before these guys can get here. And they've got a ways to go. One advantage I have is I am the last person with cavalry units on the map. My general, when he was in stand and fight, actually his horses ran away, so he's on foot. Indy's general counts as a cav unit, but it is riskier to use that, although he's going to use it fairly well. You can see these guys here. My bows are shooting them some, trying to kill some of them so that these matchlocks can fire. They get a good volley there, but he ends up catching him there. These guys are going to rout, though, rather quickly. And he's going to pull away his matchlocks, and here comes my cavalry. And one of my Naginata warrior monks chasing them down, trying to. And over here you guys missed it, but I shredded one of these monk units with my bows rather quickly. These guys have absolutely no armor. And this is actually pretty much going to be it as he's running here. Indy's general is going to do a charge to the rear of this unit and going to route them. In the back over here, these matchlocks are going to route these guys. All this, my swords charged in here. Katana Samurai routed these guys. And these units in the back, just since everyone else routed, they decided to join in. So that is going to be that. We'll take a look at the statistics. And, but no, yeah, that was a pretty fun battle. Fairly close. Both of us ended up winning our sides. In a sense, Indy, at one point he said, during the commentary, I believe, his words were, I forget exactly what, but he knows what he could have done very easily to have won it without requiring assistance. And, you know, a lot of times you do learn from stuff like that. I believe it was in his favor at first, and so he just sent everyone in, and that was a bad idea. But here you can see the stats. I lost 1,000, killed 1,500 about, and he killed 1,300, and I lost 1,300. These guys both did well. Seven Spears guy obviously killed a lot more. He killed the most because he killed some of my men and Indy's. And then my best unit is my Katana Cav than the rest of these guys here. So I am going to leave you guys with a few words of wisdom for the end of this video. Give a man a hamburger, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to hamburger, he'll eat for a lifetime.